Well, hello. Now you can see me and hopefully hear me too. We had some problems earlier getting on, and we had a pre-record in the studio. So, all of that to say, we're getting on a few minutes after normal for today. Thanks for joining us on the KOCO Facebook page, as well as the Meteorologist Taylor Cox KOCO Facebook page. I'm Taylor, and we are going to get started this morning because we are a little behind today. Don't you love technology? Whenever technology just doesn't work, we rely on it so much, and here we are. Anyway, put in the comments, can you hear me? Because that will be important this morning. Earlier, the mic wasn't working. I don't know, but I want to make sure that you can hear me now. And of course, if you have any other questions, stick it in the comments. We're pretty good about answering those. All right, let's get into it. We have some moisture moving into the state right now. Okay, I can hear my audio, so you should be able to hear me too. All right, let's get into it. We have some moisture moving into the state right now. That is coming in the form of showers down to south and eastern Oklahoma. But look at this. You're going to get more out to the south and west later on. And yeah, I'd give it an hour or two later this morning. I think we're just going to increase those rain chances going up and up and up. Right now we have some few showers, few sprinkles near Asher, all the way to Lake Kanawha, Sulphur, Ardmore, Colgate, all the way up to I-40 now near Henrietta and Shakota. We're going to continue to see these showers as we head into the morning hours with increasing chances for rain, as I mentioned, throughout the late morning and early afternoon. So there you go. There's your rain chances. There's your cloud cover right now. We've got some really high humidity levels out in western Oklahoma. And look at that, our family leisure camera not only showing us those winds by shaking back and forth here, but also some of that moisture that has moved into the state. I would not be surprised if it's misting a little bit in Oklahoma City. Let me know if you have any mist this morning. Whenever I was walking outside, let me tell you, I walked out my back patio. I could hear the leaves, they were rustling, blowing across the street. It was not raining. I walked outside, it was not raining. I walk out my front door and it is raining to the point that I was like, is that someone's sprinkler going off? You know, it's just kind of like a light mist. No, I mean, all the way to work, it was just a light mist that was very, very lightly coming down out there. And it got to be enough that I had to run my windshield wipers like twice, like once at the very beginning and once at the very end of my drive. Anyway, a mist is not out of the question this morning. We could see a few of those sprinkles as well. Current temperatures are in the 50s right now, and I do have to let you know that we have a cut-in coming up, and since we got started late here, I'm going to have to go do that cut-in real quick, and then I'll come right back and finish this Facebook Live. But let's see how much we can get in before that cut-in. We have a south wind right now, about 15 miles an hour. As I mentioned, you're going to see the leaves rustling across the yard, across the driveway this morning. Temperatures won't warm up too much today. We'll be in the 50s this afternoon, but those clouds will stunt the temperatures, and the rain is going to do its best job to bring down temperatures and cool us down a little bit. So go ahead and grab that rain jacket, the umbrella. I would think the rain gear will be needed all day long today. Okay, let's take a look at those rain chances before lunchtime here, mainly down to the south and east where we have seen rain already this morning. Even Oklahoma City seeing a pretty good chance for rain before lunchtime. So I think anytime between now and late morning, but I think the late morning will have a better chance for rain here. Later on this afternoon into the evening hours, we have an even better chance to see showers and storms through central and really all of Oklahoma, but really through the central, eastern, and northern sides of the state. Now, these showers and storms could turn severe. So let's take a look at that severe chance. We have a marginal risk highlighted in green. And there's my cue. I'm going to go do this cut-in real quick, and we'll be right back to talk about those severe chances and the snow chances today. All right, good morning. We're back. It's one of those mornings that it feels like it's just one thing after another, but everyone has those mornings, right? Okay, let's get back into it. Where were we? We were talking about that severe risk that is expected later on this afternoon. And if you watched our morning shows, this is actually an updated map, and it's extended not only from southeastern Oklahoma, but also to the south and west. It's a marginal risk. That's a level 1 on a scale of 5. So even though it's considered a low risk here, we could still see some large hail and strong wind speeds up to 60 miles an hour. So let's take a look at those hazards here. Quarter-sized hail is what we're expecting here, and 60-mile-per-hour wind speeds. Strong gusty winds are definitely possible with some of these storms this afternoon. Even though not everyone is included in that risk, you could still get showers and storms. I think those areas that are not going to get quarter-sized hail could get up to pea-sized hail and winds 40 to 50 miles an hour. Now what this means is hail is hail. You could still get some hail out there. It's just not hitting above severe threshold. Severe threshold is quarter-sized hail, quarter-inch hail. Quarter-sized hail, inch hail. Okay. Let's take a look at those rain chances as we head into the evening and overnight hours. Now, rain chances do go down. That severe risk also goes down as the sun sets and we head into the late night hours. This will move to the north, and on the back side of this system, you're probably already looking at it now, we do have a snow chance. So this is mainly for Guyman and Woodward. Woodward, you could see like a trace of snow. I think that you'll get more snow falling than actually sticking to the ground. I just think that temperatures are a little too warm for that. But Guyman, you could get a good amount of snow. You know, some models have a ½ inch, some models have 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches. So I kept it right in the middle there. You could just get kind of a line, a band of snow. Now, I also have your predictor. You know, I kind of broke it down for you, but here's your predictor. We'll have those showers anywhere through the mid-morning to late morning hours. Better chances the later on in the morning that we go. After lunchtime today, storm chances start, I would say, anywhere around 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock. From southeastern Oklahoma first, and then southwestern Oklahoma second. This will continue to lift up to the north as we head into the evening hours. Finally moving out after sundown tonight. And then on the back side of this system, there's your snow just in the Guyman to Woodward area, mainly bringing snowfall totals to Guyman. And then up into Kansas, they're actually going to get some better chances for snow. After that, we have a gorgeous, gorgeous forecast. Okay, so after all of this mayhem that we have in the forecast today, wind, showers, storms, snow, just a little bit of everything in true Oklahoma fashion. We have a really nice weekend ahead. A little bit cooler for Friday. Temperatures are starting out in the 30s, topping out in the 40s and 50s. So you're going to want that jacket tomorrow. But we increase about 10 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Absolutely gorgeous as we head into the weekend and early next week. This is a little above average for this time of the year, just by about 5 degrees here. So we're calling this seasonably warm. Lots of sunshine expected, no rain in sight until we get to not this weekend, but the following weekend. The only other thing that I have here is that tomorrow is the first day of December, which is the first day of meteorological winter. And I just love that Oklahoma's like, yeah, winter, how about 60s? A little bit of above average here, which, you know, Oklahoma keeps us on our toes. Overnight lows in the 30s, so for all of you cold weather lovers, it'll be cold through the overnight hours, just right around that freezing point. There you go. There's your 5 plus 5 day forecast. I think we got through everything here. We did snowfall totals. We didn't do rainfall totals. You want those? I got them for you. After it's all said and done, all of the rain that we get for today, we're going to see about 1/4 inch of rain, maybe even less than that, out in western Oklahoma. The farther central you go, the more likely you are to get about 1/2 inch of rain here. And the farther east that you go, the more likely you are to get some pretty plentiful rainfall totals closer to that 3/4 inch mark. Any questions this morning? I know that we started off a little rocky with some technical difficulties, but we are back on track now, so we can answer any of your questions that you have. And we're actually going a little bit later than we normally do to make up for some of that time. So hopefully this works with your schedule. Let's see if we have any questions. Alan says, good morning. Emma and Cherry, thank you for letting me know that my audio sounds good. I appreciate that. Any good news today? I love good news. One of the highlights of the day so far is, we were talking about the wind this morning and how it was blowing the leaves around. Kind of felt a little eerie this morning whenever I was headed to my car. Alejandra said she could hear it like before she even got out of bed this morning. And Kylie goes, nature is musical. And I thought that was just such a nice way to start the day. Nature is musical. So that's a fun way to start your Thursday morning. Nature is musical. I have your hour by hour here. We can show you that. This is for your rain today for Oklahoma City. Now, rain chances will increase as we head into the late morning hours. So we're talking about 11 o'clock here, 60% chance for rain. I think it'll be on and off later on in the afternoon. You'll have some better chances for rain in here. And that's whenever we could see that little hail, pea-sized hail, like the size of a blueberry. We could see small hail, and then 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts are possible during this time frame as well. Now, if you live farther down to the south, you're going to get those larger hailstones, stronger wind speeds as well. That's where our marginal risk is. Jen asks about the pollen count. Great question. I can get you an up-to-date pollen count here. Let's see, today is, so this is the most up-to-date one that we have from the Oklahoma Allergy and Asthma Clinic. I mean, this looks great. Weeds, low. Trees, low. Mold, low. Grass, non-existent. That looks phenomenal. I bet that'll change once we get some rain in here. Leela asks, I hope I'm saying that right. Layla asks, how much snow are we expected to get for Alva? Alva, I'm not expecting really any snow at all. Maybe a trace, if even that much. Maybe a few flurries, if even that much. What we're looking at here, and I can show you your predictor, is temperature's just a little bit too warm. So if we can stay above that 32-degree point, which I do think that we will, I mean, look, our lows are at 34 degrees. So staying above that freezing point will mean that really nothing will stick to the ground. Your predictor, and a lot of the models, I looked at several models today, are very consistent with this. Really wants to keep this just barely in northwestern Oklahoma, mainly in the Panhandle, and then going up into Kansas. So Alva, you're just missed by that snow here. So snow impacts minimal to none for Alva. Amanda says, good morning. Good morning, Amanda. That's my cousin. Any other questions this morning? One thing that I've been watching this morning is our humidity levels. I mean, it's super humid across the state right now. 98% humidity out in Weatherford, 100% in Hobart. Now, I would say this is fog if we didn't have such high wind speeds. So I think this is mist in these areas, maybe some drizzle, maybe some sprinkles in these areas, maybe just some really humid mornings. I mean, did you see that sky cam? Look at this. our tower camera. You can see all the moisture out there. Brittany asks, can we see predictor again? Just joined in. We sure can. All right, so to break it down for you, we have some showers this morning. We're talking about the moisture out there. You know, we've got some moisture moving in here. So that's going to mean a lot of cloud cover. Your hair is going to be frizzy, probably some mist, maybe some drizzle, that type of thing. Rain chances increase as we head into the late morning hours and early afternoon. So now we're talking light showers, more organized type of showers that you can clearly or more clearly see on radar. It continues to be more widespread as we head into the early afternoon hours, and we have that severe risk down in southeastern Oklahoma now. Later on in the afternoon, we could see a severe risk out in southwestern Oklahoma, and this severe risk comes with quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This will slowly lift to the north as we head into the evening hours here. 6, 7 o'clock, we're going to see that move out of Oklahoma City, out of southern Oklahoma, and then on the back side of this will be that snow anywhere from Guyman to Woodward, bringing a accumulation in the Guyman area, but I really think that Woodward won't see much in the form of accumulation here. This will move out to the north through the overnight hours and will be dry for your Friday. Dry but cool, still dry for your Friday. And there's your predictor. And we've got to cut in just a minute. I'll answer this one last question here. Jen asks, will we have a warm December? So right now what we're watching for, and I will pull this up for you. I'll pull up 2 different great resources for you. So the first is our temperature outlooks. I love to look at these. This is, we'll look just over the next week. Okay, so we're talking about we'll look right here. Over the next week here. So we're talking the first week to the middle of the second week of December, above average. And we already know that the first week of December will be above average, with temperatures just sitting in the low 60s range. So we're not talking about 80-degree temperatures at this point. We're talking about temperatures in the 60s. Nonetheless, still above average. So the first week looking pretty warm. Let's go back and look at, can you see that? There you go. Into the second week, still looking pretty warm here. So this is through December 13th. And again, our average is 55. So we're not saying we're going to be super warm. We're saying that we have a high likelihood to be above 55. And this is for all of December. So maybe the end of December starts to cool back down because it looks like we end up to be normal for December. So these first 2 weeks look really nice. I mean, you can see your 5 plus 5 day forecast above 55 degrees, which is the average. Here's December 1st, all the way through that first week. We are above 55, other than December 1st. Other than that, December 2nd and thereon, we are above 55. Oops. The other thing that I have for you, great resource here, if you go to koco.com, go to the weather blog. Damon does an awesome job of doing like a winter outlook here. So he has a what to expect from winter weather in Oklahoma this season. He does have a December outlook as well, and he does a phenomenal job of breaking things down, talking about events that we've had in the past, comparing weather history, really, really interesting stuff here. So to go to koco.com and under weather blog, you can see that there. So if you're really interested in things like what the winter will look like, this is a great, great resource for you. All right, well, I have another cut-in coming up, so I'm going to get ready for that. But thanks for joining us this morning. Thanks for sticking it out with us during all the technical difficulties. Of course, if you want more news and weather, you can follow me on Facebook, Taylor Cox KOCO, or you can join us during our 9 o'clock show. We have our show from 9 to 10 o'clock this morning. You can watch live at koco.com or the KOCO mobile app or of course the traditional way on your television. Have a fantastic Thursday. We'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow morning.